Welcome to Steel Curtain Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. I would muchly appreciate it trying to grow the channel. And like we said, I know it's been a little while, but we have we do have take a little bit of vacation through the summer here on this channel. So yeah, we're in and out of town. However, I thought it was due time to just do an update, a check in with you fans. Thank you for your support. Please hit the like, subscribe, tell your friends and family. As on this channel, we promise we don't tend to run with rumors. Just something I tend to try at all costs to avoid because, you hear so many. Look at the amount of rumors we heard for wide receiver. It was blown out of the water. So just like this title states, just an update on where the progression has been for the Steelers and updates on different things, more so injuries and stuff and what there is to look for. So we're going to look at the injury report first. We got at a training camp, we got Russell Wilson questionable, so it doesn't sound like anything major. Perales, he's on the IR. That sounds a little more severe. Linebacker, and we got our Wilson, our receiver, who is questionable. So that again sounds like nothing to concern ourselves with. And Williams is questionable. And then we had a signing, a linebacker signing with, well, when we brought in Queen, we knew it was coming. 1 year deal. So that's a great signing. Just the general consensus at a training camp we're going to talk about. Now, I know there's been a lot of controversy, of course, when you've got, with everything that happened with our quarterback position, having Fields and Russell Wilson. Well, I kind of got to take note, and I know, and that again, that's why I kind of avoided, and I will avoid rumors because I don't buy that type of garbage. I tend to want to stick to what I know, and so what I stuck to is two different things. It sounds positive on both ends. Um, for Russell Wilson, I take it very serious when I listen to TJ Watt. I think he's got a good emphasis on the heartbeat of the team and what's going on, and he's really got a good. He's very impressed with um, Russell Wilson on the offense. So a lot of praises came from that direction. So I kind of tend take heed to that and listen to that. He's got a good eye, whereas for me, uh, Watts tends to be, I guess, between Watts and Mika, probably the two top Steelers right now at the moment. Um, for me, anyway. And then, we got so much work to be done. We'll see as these new kids that have been drafted. Fetnama, our top draft pick. Now, there were some reports that he was having some issues, slow start. I mean, he's a kid. Give him time. That's the bottom dollar. But now another report of recent, just at the end here of training camp, is that with a body going down, he's got another chance. So let's see how it goes. I think he'll be fine personally. I think I think the team is moving in the right direction, but there's a lot of things that, in my own opinion, as I've spoken to you, I can't rate where this team is going to go until I see it on an actual. And I don't like preseason. Preseason tells me nothing. I've always known in history, watching preseason, you don't get the actual gist of what really competitive wise is out there, the real feel of the team. So I don't buy preseason, does not inform me, and I'll stick to. I told you my thoughts. I thought my projection was keep focused. I got us at the bottom of the division, and it's kind of between us and Cincy. However, I think they're in pretty darn good shape with Burrows as their quarterback, so I think that helps them. With us, we got so many unknowns, but the other positive was on Fields, and it seemed that Fields and Pickens got something going, a little spark, and that could be a good thing to bode for us in the future. So let's hope there's something with that as well. So positives on our quarterbacks right now, and I would don't think we should read anything into it. We know Russell Wilson's a great veteran, um, and Fields, he hopefully he gets to look at this veteran and gets to be change his direction as the problems he had in Chicago. But it sounds like Smith, the coach of the offense, great reports coming out of there too, because we got some interesting reports that, wow, we usually rely on our defense, and our defense has got some kind of actually not so great reports that we're not playing up to what we expect. We usually expect our Steelers. Our Steelers tend to ride on their defense a lot, as we all know. So some reports kind of concerning with our D. And it sounds like the linebacker group is very concerning there. So that's interesting, but I honestly have faith that Tomlin will get that in shape pretty quick. But we had great reports coming from Arthur Smith with the offense seemed to be shining, and again. Comes back to we have the injuries and who should be in what position. We have reports that Washington is really stepping up. We have Austin the third has great reports. So these are guys. I got a lot of faith in these young receivers, and Pickens I do think is in all seriousness will be the top guy in my opinion receiver wise, and we have veterans as well. So with that being said, I think that's a nice compliment to see because I like our running game with Harris and Warren. That was starting to look good last season. But and then here's a huge positive was Fryermouth seems to have really stepped up, and the reports coming out of there is that he looked great in training camp, and even his blocking had improved. Now, the one thing we all know about Fryermouth is he's got to stay healthy. He's had some injury issues. So we'll keep an eye on that, but that's great positives. And the big thing too with Fryermouth, I watched this kid, and it was a shame that Ben wasn't there longer because after Ben left, the quarterbacks that replaced Ben really didn't utilize Fryermouth. And I'm sitting there thinking, with the talent this guy's got, he was showing it. They didn't utilize him whatsoever. So I think with Russell Wilson and Fields that they'll utilize Fryermuth much more, and it sounds like his blocking has come a long ways. So great positive because we're going to need that. Whereas I still am not firmly sold that we brought. I would have liked to have seen us bring in a number one wide receiver. I've said that for some time now, but it hasn't transpired. But I will say this: I have my question. The question marks is can George Pickens elevate his game to being a number one wide receiver? That will be the big question this year because it's evident it doesn't look like the Steelers are budging to go after that number one receiver. Now, I know I've heard some rumor that they signed a receiver, but it was nobody significant. It's probably just somebody to add to the bunch, and we let go a linebacker. So in that regard, nothing substantial, no big news, if you know what I mean, no major impact type of news. So with that being said, I think there's this could be where Arthur Smith maybe opens up that offense and starts utilizing all the players, and maybe Pickens is the number one, and we'll find out because I just don't. I think the prior offensive coaching just wasn't there to utilize the players appropriately in the first place. So I think, I always did have my question marks whether Pickens could be a number one. So we'll see, because it's kind of looking like they have the confidence in that direction. And Fryermouth, from the sounds of it, is going to definitely be a big, important part of the team, factoring in on their offense quite a bit this season, too. And that's a positive note because he was not utilized enough after Ben. So, with that being said, things look promising, but I don't see any breaking news, and that's why I don't get up on gossip. I kind of avoid so many stories. If we seen, I've been watching. Don't get it wrong. I've been watching it, the updates and news here and there, quite closely. And again, it's Rumorville, and I don't like to put that on my videos too much. I don't settle very well with rumors, so you'll notice that that's why I said summertime. I tend to go spend a lot of vacation time. But to do a video right now in training camp time, there was nothing that was that deemed to be taped because it was all rumors, and I like to put integrity in my channel as far as avoiding Rumorville as much as possible. So, with that being said, thank you, Steelers Nation. Please hit the like, subscribe. Tell your friends and family about it, and let's hope we're headed in the right direction and that this team surprises us. Because I won't put, like I say, preseason means nothing to me. So I'm not going to have a good pulse on the team until we see them on the field for the first couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. We might start getting a feel of what we have when games matter. So we'll go from there because that's really what's going to be the key. But anyway, there's been, just so much rumor. It's just, I can't go with that. But I will keep my hopes or my expectations low and hope for the best. That's where I stand. Hoping to see steel curtain football brought back to like the good old days, like we've always been known for our defense. But it would be nice to finally utilize our offense appropriately. So with that being said, let's hope that Harris can show some stuff because I think this is a season we want to see him really open up a bit more. And I'd say so that I'd like to see Harris stay in Pittsburgh. He was a number one selection for a reason. So for me, but it is time for him to prove it. And then Warren, it's a great 1-2 punch. I'd like to see it stay together. So thank you for joining me. Tell your friends and family, and please hit the likes and subscribe as we're trying to grow this channel. And it would be a major help if we can get positive feedback. Leave your comments. Tell me what you think of the Steelers situation. Again, you'll notice that I avoid rumors. So, but I always like to hear you guys' opinions. It matters to me. That's what makes our channels. So thank you for following Steel Curtain Productions. And as soon as something substantial happens, we'll be back on air again. However, like I say, I don't tend to focus too hard on preseason. So, with that being said, go Steelers Nation, go, and go Steelers, go. God bless.